Hi guys, welcome back. So this week's video is going to be a quick budget video. I'm going to go through 2 or 3 of my grocery hauls. I had to do 2 grocery hauls. Kroger did not have everything we needed. The first one, the second one had all the deals. So we got a few things at the first one and a few things at the second. Sorry, I'm super sweaty. I was just working on getting our son's room ready so that we can move him into his big boy room and get the nursery ready. Surprise. And that video will come soon. It's just a quick budget, easy, only spending $15-ish to get your son into a big boy room. We were very lucky to have everything we needed for the most part. So it's going to be kind of cool. So I hope you enjoy that video. It's coming soon. It'll come in a few weeks. So surprise. Clearly you could probably tell that I was pregnant for a little bit there. The black on black probably gave it away, the sitting down and the big sweatshirts. But we're really excited. We've been waiting on this one. So that first one was super easy. The second one was not as easy. So if you have more questions about fertility and stuff like that, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to talk to you. And if you guys want more information about that video, I can definitely post some stuff about that. Just comment down below or just send me a message and I will definitely make a video about that if that's something everybody's interested in. So budget. I'm going to show you one of my favorite budget recipes. It's going to be really, really cool. So I'll put that in here and then I'll talk through that. A lot of that's just recorded because I did it on a Monday night randomly. So it'll all be in there. I hope you enjoy this video today and welcome. And surprise, we're having a baby. So as a nutrition coach, you know, I was sitting there worried about what I looked like and all those things. But the reality is your body's gonna change and it should. I haven't gained very much weight. I've been very lucky, but I've also changed my diet using my nutrition stuff, using what I know will help my body and not just giving in to every craving like I did the first kid. But I've also had some other ups and downs. I've been having some serious issues with electrolytes and things like that. So right now I am drinking a Noon, trying to get my headaches under control. My husband just ordered some extra magnesium just to give us that at night because I did notice that was the one big thing we just cut out that we need to get back. So I'll talk through all my supplements and things that I use, especially during this pregnancy. Again, I am a nutrition coach, but I am not your doctor, so you need to consult with your doctor on anything that you might want to use. So friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit of budget. Have fun. Hi guys, so let's start with our grocery haul. Our first grocery haul was our Kroger quick one. We got the 3 for $10 salads, some Bush's baked beans because those have been yummy lately, some chicken for dinner, bananas, raspberries were on sale, and mini sweet peppers. And then my husband grabbed some Gatorades, oh, and some apples because my son loves those. So that was what was on sale, the first one. And then we had to head to the second one. I ran to Sam's and grabbed the Premier Protein Pumpkin Spice and the Oikos. Those are great protein snacks to have on hand. Chicken was on sale, and if you're watching my shorts, you'll know about all of this. And I grabbed a few things, and then I found a little woohoo Kroger deal, some orange chicken, and that will be in a short this week about how I make that. Actually, it might have been last week. Also, you've seen my little pregnancy announcement now. That was posted today on a short. We are expecting baby in March. And just a smiley little boy. So excited to be a brother. All right, so here's one of my favorite meals, especially to make for freezer meal prep. So we're going to start with chicken thighs and throw them in our Instapot. Normally I would use a crock pot, but I am out of a crock pot right now. I am borrowing my mom's, and I did not get it until the next day, and I was craving these enchiladas. So we instead just used the Instapot. I threw the chicken thighs in and let those cook on high pressure. Added some taco seasoning just for some extra flavor, and I definitely put a cup of water in that Instapot. Please always put at least a cup of water in that Instapot. If you do not, it will just say burn and it will not cook like you want it to. Seriously, it's happened to me. It's so upsetting, but it is what it is. So added taco seasoning first, and then of course I continued and put the top on. So put the top on and just hit the chicken button. Make sure you hit seal on your Instapot, and there you go. So hit that chicken button and let it go. All right, so then after my chicken was done, I went to shred it and realized it was totally not ready to shred. The good news about this recipe is that it's going to cook in the actual crock pot function for a while, so I really wasn't worried about. It smelled super good, so I took in that taco seasoning, fajita smell. I love that smell. So here I am with my things in front. I've got 2 zucchini blends from Walmart. Those are pretty cheap. They're really inexpensive. I have black beans that I had made from scratch, from like regular beans, and I had frozen those. So I put those in the fridge for a few days, and then a can of Rotel. I really like Rotel to add to things like this, so that will be all added. And here we go. So I added my black beans in. This is a lot of black beans, and that was a whole half a pack of chicken thighs from Sam's Club. I'm not sure what the poundage on that is, but it is one of my favorite things to buy and to freeze, and I found it in the bottom of our freezer, and we really needed to desperately use that up. So here's the zucchini blend. I like to sneak veggies in wherever I can. Not to say my husband and my kiddo do not eat a decent amount of vegetables, but it's just a good way to add some extra. Now, looking back on this, I probably should have cut these in half because they were pretty big. I'm gonna add some Rotel. Always a good way just to add some extra flavor, and it's simple. Just one of those things. And a little bit more taco seasoning just for extra, extra fun. Now I go heavy on this. This is going to make 2 meals. It's going to make 1 meal to cook tonight, that night that I ate it, and then it's going to take 1 freezer meal. I also added that ranch in, again, just to help with that a little bit of acid reflux, especially being pregnant. Sometimes it'll kick your butt, so the ranch kind of dulls it down. All right, and then I put all that together and just let it cook for the rest of the day. And that, my friends, is one of my favorite things. Now, the cool part about this recipe is that you can take it and put it in plastic bags once it's cooled, and then just freeze the insides for chicken enchiladas. So you could throw it into something and make like a soup, or you could throw it into a quesadilla or taco shells if you don't want enchiladas. We love enchiladas. We love enchilada casserole, which is actually what I'm going to make in this video. It's a little different than regular enchiladas just because it doesn't take as much time to roll each enchilada. We love the corn tortillas, so we did that. So then I also realized that my enchilada sauce was not going to do what it needed to do. So I grabbed the smaller enchilada sauce from Walmart and then got all my ingredients together and found a really nice, like, quick and easy recipe, which I'll post in the bottom so you'll see what it is. So this is me making that enchilada sauce. It took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but it wasn't too bad. I was actually kind of impressed. I'll put that link in the description of the recipe that I used. Started with some olive oil, put it in, I think 3 tablespoons. I believe that's a tablespoon, so I think it's 1, 2, and 3. And then you let that heat up for a long time until you can throw some flour in there. So here you see me throwing some flour in to see if it's gonna sizzle. I have everything kind of prepped right there with all the seasonings and the flour. She does say that do that in her recipe, and it really did help a lot. And then you're just whisking it down over and over and over. It's some really cool seasonings and a little bit of cinnamon, which always makes for a really good enchilada sauce. So, and this is a red enchilada sauce. You could do whatever you wanted, but we really like a red enchilada sauce. So we mixed it all up. And as I mixed it all up, I added the rest of the ingredients and made that. And then I added at the end a can of the Great Value, which is only 98 cents, so it's a really great value. So if you really just don't want to make your own, that's fine. Next, I'm going to prep my pans. These are the Sam's Club pans, and I love these pans. They come with tops too. I think they're like the table something. I'll look them up and I'll put them in the description. I love these pans. They're super simple to use. They last forever, and it's really great. And then I just used a glass pan. So enchilada sauce went on the bottom, and I used this a little bit more sparingly than I probably should have after I look at it, but I made sure that both of the bottom pans were covered. And also the big thing about enchiladas is this is a great way to use up everything that you have in your fridge. If you want to add peppers to the inside of your enchiladas, add peppers. If you want to add the zucchini, add the zucchini. So if you have extra vegetables and things, you can throw them in enchiladas and your family will eat them. You would be amazed. So I made sure all these were covered and good to go. So now I'm gonna add in my tortillas. We use corn tortillas for enchiladas. That just is what we had around. They're only $1.84 for a huge bag. So this really made it a very budget-friendly option. The other thing you can do is to use canned chicken. Use canned chicken in your enchiladas, and that can also save you a bunch of money. Or just make them without chicken, or whatever you have that was on sale. You can throw any kind of meat in enchiladas is the really cool part. So I layered these on the bottom, a little bit different than like what normal people do, which is like roll them up. But for me, this just takes way less time, and it just gives that different flavor, and you get it in every bite. So it just kind of is what we always have done, and it's just simple. So as I continued that, I made sure that they were layered. And then comes the good part. So now we're going to take everything that we've cooked in the crock pot all day long and put that in the insides. And you're going to layer this. You could do 2 layers, and I really should have done this a little differently. Usually I try to do less, and then I layer another layer of, wow, how many times can I say layer? I layer another, I add another layer of corn tortillas, and I really should have added less, but I kind of just went a little crazy and I was hungry, so clearly I just went crazy. So make sure you put this all in, kind of pat it down. These pans are really deep, so they can hold a lot of food, which is really nice, and this will be great in our freezer, and we'll make it, we'll heat it up in a few weeks, and just grab it out when we're just craving enchiladas and I don't feel like making them. Freezer meal prep doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be extra stressful. This is just me making 2. And as you can see, my little baby bump right there. This is me taking whatever we're making already and just doubling it. And that's the coolest part about budget freezer meal prep is like, you're already making the things, so just keep adding. So here I'm adding my extra layer, and we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna do another layer of the meat, and then another layer of the corn tortillas, and then we'll add the sauce on top. Okay, so here's that last layer, and then we are going to pour the rest of our enchilada sauce on top. I like to push it down to make sure everything's good to go, and we're going to add the rest of our enchilada sauce on. So I also, as you can see to the right, have that cotija cheese, and I had a bunch of that left over. I made a really good grilled corn Mexican salsa, or Mexican dip, I guess, or Mexican street corn, that's what it was. But I just haven't used this cheese up. So this is a great way to use that. And then I had some Colby Jack, which is what we use for everything. So I did Colby Jack and the cotija cheese. And then I did not cook the frozen one. The frozen one got closed up and got put in the freezer. I wrote chicken enchilada casserole on there. You need to make sure you write what you have or what it is, because the worst thing in the world is to be going into your freezer just guesstimating what you're grabbing. And so I put these all on, and then the other one I actually just baked right there because it was already later in the day. I turned the oven on and we cooked it. So I cooked this on 375. I ended up cooking it for about 30 minutes because I like my cheese nice and brown, a little crusty on the top. And then, or you could cook it shorter if you don't like that. So I put 15 to 30 minutes on the top of my enchilada box for the freezer, and it's ready. So put my top on, got it closed around, and then wrote out my chicken enchilada casserole, and actually put the instructions on here too, 375, 15 to 30 minutes. The other cool thing is if somebody needs a meal and you just don't feel like cooking, or you just need to grab it out of the freezer, you could grab this out and hand it to a friend and they would know exactly what to do with it. So it's done. So that is why I always write on them, also because I've not written on them and then had no clue what they are. And then I finished up, and so there's that one ready for the freezer, and then my other one is ready for the oven. Yummy. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in this video. Please like and subscribe, and there's more to come. Have a great day, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.